Do you know, I am so happy that the Wish Bus is still going. What an absolute trove of treasures for singing. I swear to God. Hello wonderful humans of the internet, how are we? My name is Sam Scott-Thorne and I'm a vocal coach based in Glasgow. Now if you'd like to meet and explore your voice a little more, you can find me on sstvocals.com. You can also find me on Patreon and various other social media platforms, and I'll put the handles down below and over there. Okay, I usually go or something like that. And I thought, no, I'm not going to do that again. But I didn't have anything planned. So that was what that was. Now, if you'd like to consider becoming a patron, you have access to things like early release of reactions. You can fast track reactions, become a reaction. There's special roles on my Discord server. And you have access to all sorts of bonus content, like my Vocal Anatomy 101 series, where we learn how the voice works. So consider becoming a patron and help shape my channel. So today, I was thinking, it just popped into my head, what's Morissette Amon up to? Where is Morissette Amon? I haven't heard her in a while. So I went and looked for Morissette Amon, and lo and behold, she was on the Wish Bus a month ago with Jessica Sanchez. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but is Jessica Sanchez the same Jessica Sanchez that was on American Idol back in the day? On like the Andre Brackensick season? I'm about 90% sure. Anyway, they're doing a duet to a song called Stronger Than Before. I don't know if I know this song. But they do cover classics quite a lot on the Wish Bus, so it might be. I don't know. We're going to go and find out. I'm excited though. Let's do it.
Wish 1075.
You said hide my tears and shame. I let myself take the blame. Kept my aching heart undercover, smiling while I drown in the flames. But in the quiet.
Oh, that was tasty. That little lick at the end there. I'm sure this is Jessica Sanchez that was on American Idol back in the day. It was a while ago now. Like over 10 years probably. What I love about Jessica's voice is it has this softness to it, whilst at the same time having a really, really gentle transition into her more kind of forward-placed voice. So you get that power, but at the same time you get the vulnerability. She has got such a good technique for like blending those two things together. Like for some people it feels like you're changing gears, that you can actually feel the change in the voice kind of tonal quality, whereas hers it's like a dimmer switch. She can just kind of slowly kind of increase the intensity and decrease the intensity. Beautiful.
You call my name, hold me out of that heavy rain.
Wow. It sounds like she's sitting on a washing machine or something. The riffs are crazy. I'm not even going to attempt to do them by memory because they're so fast. I don't know how many notes in that kind of 7-second clip that was, but like must have been about 45. Insane.
And when the walls come crashing down, I remember what you said, only you could break the chains, put the crown on my head, 'cause
excuse me, but I like Morissette was doing this like face. Same. Absolute same. Jessica feels like an absolute singing behemoth. Like she is a powerhouse. I'm like choking on my own breath here. Just the slow burn into this really powerful place. The sound on the Wish Bus is incredible. I don't. Their sound techs are next level. I'm just gonna say that because this is so crisp. You're hearing absolutely every single sibilant. It's amazing. But also the way that she drops her larynx into some of these like deeper tonal qualities and then lifts them up through like a second and a half is delicious.
I'm stronger than before. I'm still
Right, okay, before we move on to Morissette, because I can tell I'm going to enjoy this, that chorus from Jessica was just absolutely perfect. I like the fact that when the music drops out and you expected her to go into this belty place, she went the opposite direction and she kind of pulled it back a little bit. Doing things that the ear isn't necessarily going to expect is very, very clever, especially from singers that have so much at their disposal and are so famous for being big, belty powerhouses. To kind of take it in the opposite direction is very, very smart. I really love the way that Jessica ends her phrases. Her offsets are just as important as her onsets, maybe even more impressive. Like, I'm always waiting to see how she's going to finish a line as opposed to how she's starting a line. And I don't usually like tune my ear to that. It's usually the opposite way around. So, oh, she's so good. Right, let's move on to Amon. Woo-hoo-hoo!
In the shadows, I never knew your fate. And this fire and I'm crying, but now I'm not sane.
Oh, that was gorgeous. Sign. And a really nice airy sound. Much more aspirate than Jessica was giving, so there's just more air going through the folds at the time of singing. Morissette is giving this a little bit of a softer edge. It's a little bit more kind of innocent sounding. It has a bandwidth that it's staying in, whereas with Jessica, it felt like we were going like below it and then above. She was like peaking and dipping. So Morissette has a much more stable sound, if that makes sense. It sounded a little bit like her voice was doubled at the beginning, though. Like there was like a tiny little bit of echo or like a track underneath it. Now, I am not saying that she's singing, that she's lip syncing. I am not saying that. I'm saying that it sounded like there was a doubled track. So either there's like a slight delay on her vocal at the beginning or something. I don't know. But tell me if you can hear it too. It was maybe the first 5 words she sung and then it cut off. That's just a technical thing.
In the quiet, you called my name, and when the walls came crashing down, I remember what you said.
Oh, right. Okay, we need to talk about the difference in the way that they kind of show off their vocal flair. So Morissette, it almost feels a little bit more kind of pared back and much more considerate. Jessica's was, like I said, it's like she was on a washing machine. It was a dibba-dibba-dibba-dibba-dibba. Really quick and quite chaotic is the wrong word, but it felt a wee bit more kind of like primal, and that's through like the choice. Morissette got to that primal sound through texture. She put a little bit of grit in her voice, but her riffs are a lot more considered. They're a lot more placed. This is like watching 2 professional dancers, and one of them is just poise and very, very trained, and the other one has come up through like watching, learning, trying, and has this kind of like real kind of instinctual way of dance. It's exactly like that, but with voice. Oh, I am so enjoying this.
Only you could break the chains, put the crown on my head, 'cause I'm stronger than before. I'm standing in the fire, 'cause you lifted me up into something beautiful. With the grace I will be the taking me higher. I'm walking through that door.
Just perfection. Again, she has everything just in this really neat place. I imagine this is such a stupid thing to say, but like if Morissette Amon was a house, okay, she would be like the cleanest house ever. It would be like a show house that you take pictures of for magazines. It's just, everything has its place, and that's what her voice feels like. Everything is exactly where it needs to be at any one time. You can't fault it.
I am stronger than ever before. Stronger than before. Stronger. From the valley to the mountain, you've been steady through it all. Every time I think I'm losing, you were there to break my fall.
Very very nice. They almost kind of swapped sensibilities there. I felt a lot more softness coming from Jessica. A use of dropping from her, or jumping from her head voice to her chest voice very, very slightly. There was a bit more of like a clunk there. It didn't feel quite as connected. It had that kind of gear change mentality, like I'm there and now I am here. And then with Morissette, it had more of the Jessica sound where it was like intensifying the sound you already have and then pairing it back in, but it felt kind of like a oneness, if you like. Ooh, I really, 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 really like this. Oh, I like that. So we had two belts going on at the same time. They matched in intensity and they blended well, really well because of that. I often say that if there's more than one voice, and especially if there's more than two voices and you have like a backline that are harmonizing, they have to have a softer tone or a more aspirate tone so that the twangy one can come forward. If you've got somebody in the back doing a twangy line and the person in the front is doing an aspirate line, this person is the one that's going to be heard over this one, and we don't want that, no bueno. But when they're both going at it, the exact same intensity and the exact same vocal recipe, magic happens. You probably get kind of some polyphonic notes there if you hit it at exactly the right spot. There just has this match in frequency that's really special. I also like that one started early and stopped early and the other one started later and carried on. It had this really lovely kind of journey to it. Okay, there was a point there that's insane. They're so good. There was a point there where I think Jessica had a more aspirate tone and Morissette had the more twangy tone, and you could hear Morissette out in front. That was a deliberate kind of choice, I feel, but that just goes to show that it just flipping up the tonal qualities can actually shift the balance. It's not like they're singing in different volumes or anything. They're both pretty much matched evenly in that case. I don't know why I'm doing all this mime stuff, but just a tonal switch can be the difference that draws one voice out in front of the other. Wow, that was amazing. I really enjoyed the stronger than before. That little tiny wee bit to end. I'm a sucker for when a song ends on like a softer note. That was perfect. Side note, if we were to count Wish 107 Guy, how many duets do you think that man has been in now? Because he is in every song. He's in there at the beginning and the end. I think we should credit him. Anyway, I hope you liked that reaction. If you did, please give it a like and a thumbs up down below. If you want to see more from me, hit subscribe, ring the bell, and anytime I have new content, you'll be the first to know. Also, let me know if there's any more Morissette Amon or Jessica Sanchez performances that I should be checking out, because I've been out of the loop for a wee while. In fact, there are so many Filipino singers that I have not seen or heard from in a while. Where's the Katrina Velarde's? Where is Bugoy Drillon? Where is Sam Mangobat? Where is I'm trying to think, I'm off the top of my head. Casey, what's her name? Katie Tandingan? No, I think I'm mixing people up. Michael Palinganan? He's definitely one. Panginilanan? I could never say his name before, and now I'm trying to remember it. Anyway, not the point. Let me know what's happening with all of those people, and please tell me how to say their names properly down below. So I guess all that's left for me to say is thank you so much for joining me, and how are we going to buy this one? I don't know. So I guess all that's left for me to say is thank you so much for joining me, and subscribe to see some more. Bye. I love you.